Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video we are going to discuss about how the request module are used to deal with errors and how to handle redirections. How to handle sessions. So we are going to discuss about these topics right now in this video. So redirections are nothing but let us assume a website has been moved to another resource. So it will give when we enter the old resource, then it will redirect to the new resource automatically. So that is known as redirection. Or else when you click any link below the YouTube video's description, then the YouTube will redirect to you and another destination website. So that is also called as redirection. So in this video we are going to deal with these topics. So let's get started. So here when we come across errors, there are five errors that are raised when we are dealing with request module in this. So there are so many errors, but the request module can't handle those errors. So there are only 5 errors that can handle by our request module. One is connection error. So if there is any socket error or any socket creation error, then it will raise the error as connection error. And second one is response raise for status. So if you got any forbidden error, 404 error, then according to the response given for us, the response dot raise for status will be raised. So any and HTTP errors, these errors are basic errors. And timeout errors. Timeout errors means if a website is taking too much time to load that web page, so then it is called timeout. We can also handle the timeout here, and I will show the program when I will show the practical explanation and practical implementation when we write the program. And here too many redirections. So if a website is redirecting to one website to another website and another website to one another website, so if there are too many directions, then we can too many redirections errors will be raised. So we can also stop the redirections by using the allow redirects equal to false. That is a statement. When we pass it to request object, then the redirections will be stopped. So enough with the theory, let's go to practical part. Okay, open your Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm opening my Visual Studio Code editor. Okay, let me take another one. Let us assume req.py. Okay, in this we are going to see about the errors, how we need to handle the errors. Okay, import request and x equal to request dot get. We are using get method to transfer the data. And here URL, I took a custom URL. And again we are going to set our timeout equal to 0.001. so here the time should be given in seconds, so we gave 0.0001 seconds. Okay, let me see what will be the response. Print text. All members know what will return the text. So text will print the description that is available from the request. Okay, that will print the content what we get from the request. Okay, let me run the program. Python 2 request.req.py. See, here we got an error. See, the error is nothing but timeout. So here we gave timeout as 0.001 seconds. So this is one type of error. So here we can handle the timeout by passing the parameter here. If you want to give the timeout as 0.1 seconds, then we can also then the timeout will be set to 0.1 seconds. So here you can see that the error is failed to establish a new connection, network is unreachable, because here we gave timeout. So as the time is very high that we gave, it gives the timeout error. So okay, let me run the program again. See, same timeout, same error. So but this time we increased the timeout time. So that is why we came out with an extra error, that is read timed out. Okay, here read timed out, it means we are unable to read the website, we are unable to read the web page also. So we give that much delay. So that is why we got this error compared to previous error. The error is different one. Okay, let me clear it. So like this you can handle the timeout also by passing the seconds to the timeout parameter. And this is up to how to handle with our errors. If you want to know about more errors, then you can Google it in the then you can Google it. You can get many errors like HTTP error and redirection error. So I am going to show the redirection error also. Wait a minute. Okay, this is how we handle the timeout, and this is an example for timeout error. Okay, let me show you about the redirection error. Okay, for this I am going to use Google old website HTTP. So previously Google was running on HTTP protocol, but now it's changed to HTTPS, and we gave, so at starting I am going to say that it can redirect, this website can be redirected to any other website, but when we assigned here as hello redirects equal to false, then the redirections will be turned off, and no redirections will be taken, even if the website willing to redirect the user to another website. So let this put in a side, and let me do what we will get. Okay, print x.text, and let me see what will be the response code here. X.status code. So the status code will print the number. If 200 it is okay, if 401 it is moved permanently. So according to the code it depends the error. Okay, let me run the program. See, it gives so much of mess. Let me think. Okay, let me highlight, let me put this in comment in order to understand in a better way. Okay, it is 200, and so you can print the history by using this history method. If you want to print, you can use that one. Okay, it is 200, but when we, okay, I don't know why that the response code is not printing. Okay, here in this parenthesis you need to get the history. So it is there, here we will get the responses 301 or 401. I don't know the exact code, exact number for the moved permanently. The site has been moved permanently. Okay, so if you want to redirect, if you don't want to redirect, then you need to use this parameter to false. You need to set this parameter to false, then no redirection will be takes place. So anyhow it is showing the same response code. I think wait a minute. No, it's also showing the same. I don't know why it is showing like that. Okay, leave it. When you use HTTP, it will say that is an redirection. that it will redirect to the https www.google.com, and when we set hello redirects equal to false, then it will read then we will get the response from google.com without with http website. So you will get the response as response. Here you will get an error called or anything. Here it will be printed like response 401 or something like that. That is intended to say that http www.google.com is transferred to https www.google.com. So that is my intention to show this example, but it's not working here. I don't know why. I think there is an error with the Google, or it might fix it by the Google. Okay. So let me show the sessions, how we will implement the sessions by using request module. So I came across with only one advantage of using session. If you created a session, then if you want to update any type of data using that session, you can reuse the same code, or you can reuse the same session to update the data. So it's just like a function in our C programming. So in C programming also, when we want to execute some set of instructions, just we will call that instruction. So here also, when we want to execute some set of request, we are going to use that session in order to execute that request. Okay, that is the main advantage of using the sessions. Okay, let me implement the sessions. Using request module. Request. So to create the session, you need to use let me take any variable req request, or any variable like r equal to requests dot capital S session of. So this method will create the session, and then the data will be held by the variable r, and I am going to pass the cookies equal to dict of. Here we are going to do the typecasting for dictionary type test 1 2 3. Okay, same as above, req. So in our previous program we used request.get, but whereas here we created a session by using the session method, we need not to use directly again request.get method or something like that. You can use as your assigned variable r.get of url. URL is this one. This is my custom URL. Okay, pass this URL at here and pass the cookies using this cookies equal to cookies. Okay, clear this and run the program python to req.py. So okay, let me print the text here, print x.txt. See here we passed the cookie as dictionary. So if you want to pass exactly like dictionary, then you can also pass it. So I discussed in my previous video, you can see that. So dictionary dict means it is a typecasting. Here it is a key and this is the value, that is the key is mapped to the value in the dictionaries in Python. That is the basic thing you need to know. So here we passed the cookies by creating a session variable called r. This is how you handle the sessions using request module, and you can also update the headers also. Okay, let me see. R dot headers dot update. So you can use this method to update your headers, and here we are going to pass this as a dictionary value. ABC. Okay, and here we are going to pass another header called ZYX comma DEF. Okay, okay, req.get URL Okay, as we are using headers.update method, we need to clear it. And here we need to pass the parameters of headers equal to headers HADERS. Okay, let me run the program. What will happen? Attribute error set. Okay, what we did? Okay, line 5 index.r.get. Okay, we used everything good. Everything is good. I don't know what is happened now. Okay, trace back. Okay, it's equal to r.headers. Okay. Okay, I think there is an issue with this. I think it won't work with my Python old Python. I think I need to update my Python since it is an old version. I think so. So when I update my Python to new version, then it will enable to pass our headers through these sessions also. You can try it on your own, or else I will leave a link in the description. You can check it. I don't know why this thing is happening. Okay, in prepare. Okay, I don't know why this thing came as errors. Okay, let us leave this thing. So if you want to pass the headers using sessions, you can use this update method, and you can pass through this one. You can pass as an earlier one, headers equal to headers, by using that. So, and here we updated the headers. So in this video we learned about how to work with errors, how to deal with sessions, and how to deal with timeouts. Like that we came across these things. So I hope you learned something new. This is what all I got for this video. If you did like the video, then it will reach then the video will be reached to the more people. If you didn't subscribe to the channel, please do like and subscribe. Please do like the video and subscribe to our channel. It will help and motivate me